That's because like they probably don't know which steps to follow in order to position.
So would you say that's because they don't have a strategy? That's the key piece. The reason they're not getting the sales that they want in new markets is they don't have a strategy. That's the reason. And how does that leave them feel?
They're usually frustrated in search of solutions.
So that's, see, now what you've done there, sort of against your will, I would say, is that you have extricated yourself completely from this messaging. Because the messaging is not about your role. Messaging is never about your role. If you were the CEO of Nike, would you just talk about what you do? I supervise all these teams. I have to go overseas all the time. I don't see my family anymore because I'm always on the road. And you go through this whole thing. But the fact is your company actually produces products. I'm the CEO of Nike, and Nike is a sportswear company. So what my role is incidental. I'm not going to buy you because of your role. I'm going to buy you because you're listening to me. Because you are listening to my problems. You're not talking about yourself.
I have a question. How specific would you go with, so we are working with emerging businesses, but in the US mostly with CBD and cannabis companies.
Oh, great.
Would you specify, like would you specifically just put this target audience out if you're like trying to get into
Yeah, sure. If that's your goal, definitely.
But it's different from Jamaica, though. Like.
Well, I mean, if that is what your company is about, I mean, if you say you're serving emerging companies in the CBD and pot market, you could say that if that's true for you, sure. If that's true, yeah.
So is the specificity good, or is it excluding everyone who's not one of those?
See, a lot of people think, first, I'm going to give you two answers. First of all, if it's true for them, that's the most important. Sound familiar? Because we have a separate conversation about being true to oneself. If that's really true for you, then you can own that. A lot of people think, well, I have to be everything to everyone, because that way I'll appeal to more people. The truth is, if you try to be everything to everyone, then you're nothing to anyone. That's what I found. If you want to try to appeal to everybody, the way that you can actually grow your business is very specific. These are the people that can help me with my pot and CBD distribution business. Oh, I'm interested. Because that's a growing market. That makes sense. You look mystified.
No, I'm just listening. This is my listening phase.
So I mean, is that true that it is about
In the US, yes.
Okay, well, I think we should say that. I mean, yeah.
Because we're in the U.S.
Yeah. Ironically.
Yes.
So let's try this again. My name is.
So I have one question, right? So while I'm here, I'm not in the US.
Correct.
Alan is in the US.
Yes, okay.
Point Global has 3 different countries that we operate in. Depending on the country that we operate in, we're addressing different issues in those countries.
Okay, but
so
if we're in the US, let's talk about the US.
Okay. My name is Javed Nixon. I run Point Global Marketing. We're a marketing and branding firm that works. That's talking about.
No, that works with.
That works with companies in the CDB and hemp space.
Perfect. No, they have.
They have issues with defining new markets.
That's a solution.
They have issues with identifying appropriate clients and targets.
Solution.
There are problems with identifying strategies for gaining new customers.
The problem they have is they're not getting the sales that they want in these new markets. That's the problem that they have. They're not getting sales. Because they're waking up in the morning saying, I got to increase my sales. They're not saying, you know, I have to find a branding agency that's going to help me to find my markets. What's resonant for them, what resides with them, is that I need to grow my business. Their business is not growing fast enough.
Not all the time.
Well, then why do they need you? If they have all the business they need, why do they need you?
So different companies have different problems. Some companies have a problem where they have customers that they can't supply the demand in this space. No, and
See, the thing is, you can't be everything to everyone, and you can't let the cart and the horse mix their roles up. We have to work on the big picture. The big picture, which you identify, is that they're not opening the new markets they want to open. They're not successful, and there's a lack of sales somewhere or other. They're not getting the sales growth that they want. That is the problem. No matter what the reason is, your firm helps people grow their sales, correct?
yes.
Okay, good. So the problem that these leaders have is they're not getting the sales that they want. They're not getting the traction in emerging markets they want.
As they're lacking a strong strategy.
Because they don't have a strategy to do so,
Right.
which leaves them feeling frustrated. So if you make it that simple, people will remember the problem you solve.
Okay.
No one will ever remember that long list of stuff. It's not the way people operate, and it won't happen online or off. So take a deep breath through your nose.
I am Javed Nixon. I run Point Global Marketing. We're a marketing and branding firm that works with companies in the CBD and hemp space. These companies have difficulties defining and acquiring new customers.
Well, it's not defining, but they have difficulty in acquiring new customers. That's reasonable.
Acquiring new customers, and they're usually frustrated.
No, and so why is it that they have trouble getting new customers?
They have trouble getting new customers because they don't have a strong strategy for acquiring these customers, and that usually leaves them feeling frustrated and in search of solutions.
That's it. It's a lot simpler than, yeah, I'm telling you, people are nervous. Marty makes people look at him. He's very intimidating. And he makes people nervous. That's his problem. That's his
So do you see that?
Sure.
It's actually simple, you know, and as Jennifer knows, we work for hours on a lot of this stuff. It comes out very simple. You heard what she said. It's pretty simple. It took us hours and hours, and we're still working on it, even though we've completed our first round of work together. It sounds like it's like very simple, because it is simple, but to get to it, it's a matter of re-engineering the way we think, the way we speak.
Simplicity is the hardest thing.
It is to be simple. So are you good with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hillary, do you want to give it a whirl?
Sure. I did this with you last month, I don't know if you remember.
Oh, I do remember. I do
Or were you
remember.
just saying that?
No, I do remember. You were here. It was in last month, or was it in November?
I think it was December.
Was it December?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is Hillary, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Hillary Kessler-Godin. I'm the founder of College Essay Coaching.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. So, high school students and their parents are nervous about getting into the colleges or universities that they want to attend because the competition is fierce and they want to differentiate themselves from the thousands of other applicants to their to the schools that they want to attend. So one way of doing that is writing a college as an essay that jumps out at college admissions officers. But that's hard for a lot of people. Writing about themselves is challenging. And the parents, if the parents try to help them, that also adds a level of anxiety sometimes to the process. So I help students and parents turn a potentially emotionally fraught process into an empowering experience for students by coaching them to find a topic that they feel comfortable writing about, and the language to express themselves powerfully.
So I think that overall is pretty good.
Thank you.
Since you've
I
already
learned
done
from
this.
last- yes.
However, it was, any comments before I jump in my usual manner?
I think it was very well structured, like I understand what you're doing, what your business is. Maybe it's able, like we would be able to shorten it a little bit because
Okay.
it takes a lot of time.
To get to the
Because
point, right.
you were like, I would have to do a lot of figuring out.
Uh-huh.
You have the bones of it,
Mhm.
which I'll comment on.
Okay.
Javette, do you have something to say?
I agree with Alan's comments. I thought it was pretty good. I got exactly what she would be doing and the problem that she was solving. I just thought it was
A little
Too
too
long. Jennifer, you have something to say?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the most effective part of it was that you really painted the picture of your demographic, who you're helping.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it is, it's pretty specific. It's-
Like, who doesn't know that situation? A hysterical helicopter parent trying to get their child.
It's actually, as they say, a first world problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like those Hollywood actresses that,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Felicity Huffman.
do you know about that?
Have you ever saw Desperate Housewives? The actress Felicity Huffman.
Yeah.
And then another one for
Lori
Loughlin.
They basically paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars to bribe college, to get their kids
To get their
into,
kids
but
into
like
college.
even worse than that, like photoshopping the face of their kid on like a soccer
Swim
shot,
team or something.
swim team,
Wow.
etc. To like, when the kid doesn't even play that sport.
But let's focus back on Hillary's.
Go on.
Hillary is not a desperate housewife,
No.
so.
So what would you say?
And I cannot promise to get your kid into college.
Yeah, it was just long. I think we can shorten it. You painted a beautiful
Yeah, I
picture.
think so.
It just has to be shortened.
So let's try it again and take out anything that refers to your solutions. I think it's something like, my name is Hillary, I'm the founder of
College essay coach.
College Essay Coaching. And this is, how does this sound? I'm sort of
Yeah.
thinking, percolating this through. So I work with parents, right?
Well, the parents are the ones who are going to hire me, right? The
that's
kids are
right,
not,
yeah.
right?
I work with parents of college-bound students.
Well, I ultimately work with the students. That's really the
Yeah, I
parents
know,
hire.
but they pay you. The people,
parents,
I'm only
yes.
interested in the people that pay. That's the only thing we're interested in. I work with parents of children who are applying to college.
Yeah, but I'm going to disagree because the parents want to know that I'm going to be able to take their kid and, communicate well with their kid and help their kid ultimately produce the product that's going
Right.
to help them get into college.
Right, that's your solution, which is
Right.
valid but not right yet. It's valid. I'm not saying it's invalid. It's downstream. So I work with parents of college-bound students, or students who are applying to college. And the problem is that the parents and the children need to stand out among the applicant pool. And the reason they have to do that, and I would say, if someone mentioned about competition, there's an overwhelming number of students that are applying. And so this leaves parents and children nervous. It's something like that. It's shorter. I get it completely. Anybody who has been through the process or has children who have been through the process will immediately understand what you're talking about. You don't have to talk about any of your solutions or if you want, you made it clear up front that you're an essay writer.
Right.
So
No, I don't write the essays.
Yeah, but you coach them on that.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead, try it again.
My name is Hillary. I'm the founder of College Essay Coaching. I work with parents of high school students who are beginning the college application process or in the middle of the college application process. Parents and students are nervous about being accepted to the schools, their top choices, because parents and students are nervous about standing out to college admissions officers at selective schools because the competition is overwhelming.
Well, you got a little bit, you got some of it. So parents and children, the problem they have is how do they stand out in the applicant pool? The reason they have this problem is the overwhelming number of pure volume of students, which leaves the parents and children feeling nervous and anxious.
Okay.
So streamline it in that way.
Okay. So I work with parents of high school students who are applying to college, who are nervous about.
See, it's the nervous comes later. The problem that they have is, be very specific. Remember with these two, particularly with Ellen, the problem is.
The problem that they have is, but the parents don't have the problem, the students have the problem.
Okay, you could say the problem that the students have.
The problem that the students have is standing out to college admissions officers because.
And the reason they have this problem.
And the reason they have this problem is because of the overwhelming and increasing number of applicants to all of the same schools.
Which leaves them feeling.
Which leaves them feeling anxious about being accepted to a
Period.
school that they want to attend.
Because then someone's going to say like, oh gee, how do you do that? I actually hired someone like you when my kids were in college and were in high school. I hired someone like you just for the same thing. But because I would say, well, what do you do about that, Hillary? Or what's your approach? Or what's your strategy? Or something like that. Because remember, you've only talked about me, my kids' problems, and our emotional state, which is fraught and desperate. You don't want to say fraught and desperate, but that's how it
Anxious.
feels. Fraught and desperate is too harsh even for me. But I mean, you get the picture?
Yep. Okay.
Refinement. So I think you have the bare bones of sort of refinement. If you just used fewer words and very specific, because yours is actually pretty easy to identify.
Right.
Anybody who's a parent of a high school will get it right away.
Right.
Just
But what do you do in Jamaica and Europe and North America? I'm just kidding.
That's for you, Jeff.
Am I done?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. It was great. And I have it recorded so we can go back on it.
Now, I think I'd like to introduce Raphi, my co-conspirator and color coordinator and color commentator. Now, Raphi's going to tell you about what he does since we're in partnership here.
5 blocks first and then everything else. Okay, so my company is 5 blocks. We are a reputation management company. I'm the senior growth specialist. Hi, my name is Raphi Salem. I'm the senior growth specialist at 5 blocks reputation management. The problem is that many companies, we work with PR professionals.
Now, don't you get nervous on that.
I'm always
What are you
nervous.
nervous
I'm always
about?
nervous
We
about
talked about this 1,000 times.
Here's the problem. We talk about the problem you solve and for whom. You didn't write down and for whom
It's over there.
because it's over here, and I'm looking over here.
Yeah, look over there.
Okay. So the problem is that I always get mixed up between. Should I talk about the problems we're solving to whom?
Here,
Or
make
look
it
over
easier for
I-
you.
and the camera's over there. I don't know what to do.
I'm not the director, you are.
He's getting for clap.
He's getting for class.
Actually,
Yes,
he's getting for
I love it
chance.
when you use
He's
it.
really getting
Okay.
for chance.
So I
Hi.
work with,
Hi, my name is Raphi Salem. I am the senior growth specialist with 5 blocks reputation management. We work with.
first you want to say, a little bit,
The
the product
problem is-
ID, the product ID, remember?
Reputation management.
Well, I mean, I think you have to use technology, remember we talked about it's a
We
technology.
talk every day.
Just, but you have to mention it's a technology.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't want to get into solutions.
No, what is reputation?
And I don't want Marty to.
Hang on, here's her question, she doesn't know what reputation management is.
Okay, that's a great question. And we haven't discussed what happens when you have a heckler in the audience.
We're
No,
we're a
seriously, like I don't know what that means.
I'm going to tell you, we're a reputation management consultant, we're a reputation management company. And then he immediately will go on to say, go on.
We work with Fortune 500 companies and financial institutions. And the problem that they have is that they are not being fairly represented in the media. And the problem, because the media has a different agenda. Period.
How does this leave them feeling?
It leaves them feeling very frustrated, and because they're lacking, they're not lacking sales. I would say that
They're not accurately represented online.
they're not
You said
accurately
that.
represented online, but it affects their stock price, their business,
That's a
and
long
the ability
story.
to hire.
Right.
Right.
That's a long story.
It's a very long
That's
story.
so it's something like
By the
this.
way, you guys are nervous, I'm nervous.
Everybody's nervous.
Every month.
We're like we see each other every day at work.
See, here's the thing, I have it all up here, and I have it on paper.
I know, because we've done it.
I know, I got it all. But
My
it's
name is
the
Raphi.
presentation.
I'm the growth specialist for 5 Blocks. We're a reputation management technology company. And we work with executive leaders of large and to
We work with PR professionals.
Hang on, I was going to say we work with PR professionals who
Whose clients,
well, or
we've talked about this.
yes, we work with PR professionals, and they or their clients. The problem that they have is they're not being represented fairly. Not accurately. There's a difference.
Or they
Jennifer.
think they're not being represented.
Correct. That's why we talk about.
Nobody ever thinks they're represented.
Correct. They don't think they're being represented fairly online. And the reason is that the media online has its own agenda.
You're very good at this, Marty.
And so this leaves these PR professionals feeling frustrated about what to do.
Yes,
That's it. No stock prices, no hiring, none of that stuff.
very good.
So you get the idea? It's all very simple because your question was totally valid, but you heard in my answer what it is because you didn't have to instantly understand reputation management technology, but he explained it to you. He told you the people he works with, PR professionals, the problem that they have, and it comes clear in the telling.
I still don't know, because PR professionals, to me, in my mind, that's their job. Is it like SEO and keywords and stuff
So
like
we
that?
work with PR professionals because, so what do PR professionals do? PR professionals write press releases, they get you into the press, they do media and interviews and everything like that. We are the crisis management team that assists those PR companies and professionals.
Well, it can also be
in the back
proactive.
end.
It can also be proactive
Oh,
as well. It doesn't
But
only
you said,
have to.
when you say reputation management, you didn't say crisis management.
No, on purpose, because that makes it too specific and it's too much to remember. It's enough that people remember.
But I like the fact that you threw in the word technology. We've never talked.
Yeah,
We've talked about technology.
We actually have.
But that's what differentiates
Right.
us.
How does the technology work?
I'm sorry?
How does the technology work? How does 5 Blocks work?
We have our own proprietary tools that I'd be happy to tell you about when we're not on camera and when Marty isn't looking.
But remember, the idea is that the PR professionals, they actually need someone who has the technology. It's their job to create the reputation, but they're often stymied because every yutz with a Twitter account is a big critic. Look at Peloton's.
Did you say yutz?
Yes.
I love it when you say yutz.
So, yutz means jerk in Yiddish. So, look at Peloton. Are we all familiar with Peloton?
Yes.
Okay. So that's my favorite. That's like a pet peeve of mine. I mean, I saw that advertising campaign. I didn't see anything that was sexist or biased. And if you don't like the prices, don't shop. Tiffany's not going to close the doors because you don't like their prices. That was one of the criticisms. So the online media has its own agenda. So the PR professionals for Peloton, their job, either in-house or the PR agency, has to work to address this issue. And they have many, many, many choices. They can do with Peloton now, which is just like not saying anything, because these stupid people have their stupid own agendas.
Remember, this is being recorded, so try not to use the word stupid.
These retarded people.
This was because she was attractive and she was already in shape.
Correct.
husband
And it
bought
was
her to
like
buy it.
body shaming.
That's right.
She has
Right.
nothing else to
And I
fill
also-
her empty days.
That's right.
with.
I watched
That's
the
just-
ad, I didn't see that.
No, because it wasn't there.
Right.
These yutzes made it up. So then he would come
Don't
along.
point at me and call me a yutz.
So then he would come along if Peloton wanted to do something that would change the profile of the way that they're being reported online. This technology could have handled that. They chose a different route, but that's
So
not.
the proactive thing is interesting because for what it's worth, when I'm out in the world telling people about Raphi, I will say things like, so, let's say you have a bad review or something unfavorable to you online, his company can either make it go away or they can move it off of page 1 of the search results. And for what it's worth, people get that.
That's true, but it also would
But
work.
it's very specific.
But yeah, but I mean, larger companies have to be proactive about it.
Right.
I mean, Raphi's now talking to a number of PR agencies, very large agencies. And they like this idea because they see in it that they can actually look ahead and plan for activities as opposed to only being reactive. There's a place for reaction, which is crisis management. I'm talking like you now. But it's not the only thing that we do here at 5 Bars.
Okay, let's wrap it up
Wrap it
because
up.
it's 10:30.
Oh gosh. Okay, so it's
We're gonna say
10:30.
thank you.
Hang on. So, thank you for coming. If any of you are interested, you interested in talking to me about my own services, I'd be very happy to speak with you about it as your marketing and branding person right here. Also, a word about WeWork. WeWork is a great place to work. If you're at all interested in speaking to someone about a possible location for your offices, I can introduce you to someone at the front desk. They provide this room to us free of charge, which is really nice of them to do that. And so, if you're interested, I can do that. So thanks for coming.
So 3 things, 3 announcements. Our next workshop
Is
is Thursday, February 13th, and then Thursday, March 12th. That's announcement number 1.
good.
That's on meetup.com.
Okay.
And we're gonna have a special guest visitor who's the CEO of Meetup that is going to be coming.
As a guest.
One of these, he's gonna be doing
He's
this
gonna be
this
standing up just
exercise.
like you.
He's going to be doing this, so that's very exciting. Number 2, BizDevLeaders.com is our website where we not only have written content, we also have a podcast.
Right.
And if you would like to be on the podcast, or if you have clients that want to be, and it's all about business development and how we work with people to help them increase their sales. Because the problem that they have is that they don't have enough sales. So we help people do that in an audio format.
That's it.
And then the third thing, because I said 2 things, is that you should connect with us on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is the place to be. And the fourth thing is that Jennifer and I belong to a BNI, Business Networking International. We meet 7 a.m. Every Wednesday morning right here in Midtown. So if you're in Jamaica, you're in New York, you're cordially invited to join us to tell people all about you. I think those are the 4 things that I have
On the list of 3.
on the list of 3. That was the 4th, the bonus point. So thank you, Marty. Every month, Marty tries to be warm, and he succeeds.
Most of the time.
So
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really great to see you again.
You too.
Once you reminded me, I absolutely remember it from last month.